cynical messaging around marriage. If you are married, if you want to be married, if you like or love the idea of marriage, like, good on you. Like, that's amazing, and don't listen to me, like, I think what's so tricky about this, to talk about the way I feel about it, it is a feeling that I share with many of my close friends, but I find that often in bigger circles, when I talk about it and talk about the way I really think and I really feel, some people can get defensive, and I think that's natural. So for our sake, though, I just want to be clear that when I talk this way, it has nothing to do with you and your decisions. I just also think these things about it, but it's not meant to pass judgment on anyone. And in fact, like, my plan is to get married. So I'm in this weird in-between zone of like rejecting and accepting, like having my cake and eating it too a bit. But we'll just leave it there for now. We can talk about it more later if you'd like, if you're interested. So I think our engagement process has kind of reflected that, like, again, with the having my cake and eating it too thing, like, I personally am really not into the whole engagement ring thing, big engagement ring, like, and yet, I love me some good jewelry. So anyone who wants to, I'm just being honest, like, you can drag me if you want, for all of these contradictions, but they are all contained in this one person, and I'm just gonna lay it all out there. Yeah, so I like jewelry, so I was like, you better believe I'm not going to pass up an opportunity for a nice ring. Like, what? I'm only half joking. But I knew I wanted it to be something simple. I was also open to no ring at all. I said to my partner, though, like, if we get a ring, if you get me a ring or we get a ring together, it will be my prerogative to not wear it sometimes if I choose not to wear it on my right hand sometimes if I choose to, or whatever. And luckily my partner is very understanding of me and, like, didn't even bat an eye at that. I picked out the ring. We got it on sale. It's a small independent company owned and run by a woman jeweler, ethically sourced stone, yada yada, not too expensive for, like, us, like what we think of as expensive or not, that, your mileage will vary, right? But not too expensive. just me personally, I don't, well, first of all, I don't like being the center of attention. We knew that. Second of all, I really hate, I personally really hate performing for people. Like, I know people are just excited. They're all lovely. They love me. They love my partner. They just want a damn story. Like, just give them the good story, you know? But there's something in particular about romantic relationships that I hate performing for other people. I think it's related to the fact that romantic relationships are already put so high up on the value scale, like on a pedestal societally, where they already have such importance, such weight, and then to perform them for other people feels like adding more weight, more importance, more eyes on that, which is cool. It is a very big decision, a very big moment, and because it's a big moment and something so joyful to celebrate, that's why I'm participating, right? But the other part of me is just like, I don't want to perform this for other people. Like, if you want to hear a story about how I met my best friend, I will tell that to you like it's the performance of my fucking life. But something about romantic relationships, I just keep really private and like close to my chest. So, if I'm feeling amenable, there's like a very short version of the story that I'll share about going to a park and having a picnic, watching the sunset, and ta-da. But sometimes, usually actually more often than not, I tell the truth in a way that feels more authentic to me. I swear to God, you guys, I'm not trying to be a killjoy, okay? But, so when we got engaged, it was very important to me that I not be surprised, that there not be a lot of pageantry to it, because that just didn't feel aligned with what I value most about our relationship, which is more like the day-to-day, the support, the like privately given affection, not like publicly given affection, which is fine too, but just to like represent what I actually really care about us. I also personally did not want to be surprised. I think that having a surprising engagement proposal is can be really lovely, right? It's like someone going out of their way to orchestrate things in such a way that they like give you this gift of this like event and moment. It's a gift. It's like an act of service, and I think that's really lovely. Also, that because they don't know your answer, there's this big leap of faith aspect to it, and I think that is also really lovely and like brave of people to not know the answer maybe sometimes and still just ask because they love that person, they're following their heart and all of that. I love it. However, I do not want to be surprised. There's another aspect to the surprise. I'm gonna like enter the curmudgeon zone again. it's wrapped up in like gender roles, gender norms, heteronormativity in general, the power structures in any heterosexual relationship, any relationship at all, but especially one that's about to enter the institution of marriage. All of those things are at play where, for me then, I feel like as the woman, I should say my partner is a man. So I feel like as a woman, if I'm surprised for my proposal, I am like a passive participant in my own life. You'll hear all this language around proposals and engagements, and like, it's totally fine. I just can't do it myself, where people will talk about like, oh, like I really had to wait. I had to like drag the proposal out of him. Like, these aren't the words people use. They make it sound way better than this, but that's what I hear when I hear it. Like, oh, he finally came around. He finally, like, I got mine. I'm off the market now. And it's this thing that feels like, oh, it was on the man's timeline, and then you as the woman receive it passively when the man is good and ready. And for me, personally, I just wanted it to be a more collaborative, cooperative decision. As some of you know too, I am queer, I am bi, and I think that plays a role in all of this as well, where, okay, so I'm committing to a heterosexual relationship for the rest of my life. This is the partner for me. I'm super good with that. But if that's gonna be the thing, like, I'm not gonna like play into that power dynamic, you know, like, I don't know, that's not a part of our relationship at all, but I think that's the thing I'm kind of pushing against. All this to say, when people ask us for our engagement story, or like our proposal story, I'll say the truth as I see it, which is, it happened after a long conversation over many months in which we discussed marriage, if that was the right choice for us, if we were the right choice for one another, and after talking it through together, we arrived at the conclusion that like we wanted to get married. So we got a ring, and now we're telling you all, kind of a thing. I know I just sound like a troll about it, but there's a lot that I feel some resistance to, obviously. And that's one of the ways in which I express it. Where to me, it was really important that it be a conversation, that it be a mutual decision, not from the literal, like, will you marry me proposal onward, but literally every step of the way, I wanted it to feel like a mutual decision, and that we were like co-creators, collaborators, and teammates in a way. So yeah, I got engaged. He didn't plan it this way on purpose, but it ended up being on the equinox. And you're maybe doing the math now, like, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a few months ago now. We told people really slowly, we're not on social media, and so we've just been telling people as we talk to them. We talk to the people we're closest to fairly often, naturally, so things, but it's a support that he gives so freely without being asked. That really just means the world to me. And it's just an easy love. It's a really easy love, and I feel very lucky. We are gonna have some kind of party, a wedding, I think we're gonna call it, because we are gonna have some kind of ceremony at it, and then the party part, like the reception, although probably not with an aisle, like, or maybe we walk down the aisle together and leave together. We're still working a lot of things out. It's nice too because I have a friend who's getting married. He got engaged around the same time we did, and they are thinking about it in very much the same way as we are. And then my sister as well got engaged, and I think they're probably going to elope. So we're in good company. My friend who got engaged, he's been with his partner like 10 years, 12 years, and everyone thought they were never going to get married. And he still is like pretty ambivalent about marriage. But in these past few years, he and his partner have gone to a lot of weddings for friends. And he even kind of complains about like how many weddings they've had to go to because it's been a lot. But then he was like out last summer walking the city streets after like his 10th wedding in 3 months kind of thing. And he was like, you know, but then he was, I don't know, like the sun was setting, and he just told me, he was like, I don't regret going to any wedding I've gone to. I have mixed feelings about weddings and marriage. This is my friend talking. He was like, I have mixed feelings about weddings and marriage, but I also think more and more that it's so special to find someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. It feels like one of the few important things in life that's worth marking and celebrating, and maybe I want to do that with my partner. So then he went home, talked to her about it, and now they are also getting married in a very, very chill way. Yes, so that's where we're at. The performance of it. Whatever, I can say more about that later, but this is the gist. It's a little life update. If you would like more ramble videos kind of talking about the wedding planning process and how we are doing it our way to keep things chill kind of thing, then let me know and I will do those. I think the older you get, the more you can do on your own terms, and the happier you get because of that. I don't know, I'm truly just rambling now. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed, but thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me. If you're excited for me, then thank you for being excited for me. If you love marriage, thanks for listening to me